Perlina Pogue, part of the American 250, lighting the way. Born in 1850 in Virginia, Perlina would have seen the evils of slavery with her own eyes. What she witnessed, no doubt, in her youth would serve her later when she became part of the Underground Railroad. Her home would become a station on the Underground Railroad, and she would hide slaves within her home, despite the risk there was to her and her family. She was the only known black female Underground Railroad conductor who actively worked in Ironton. In 1850, the census records that she was living in District 2 of Greenup County, Kentucky. No occupation was listed for her. Her race was listed as black. She had the following children in her household: Hannah, George, Hugh, William, John, Richard, Elias, James, and Mary. Her marital status was not listed, nor was her husband listed as a member of the household. She was listed as the head of household in the 1850 census, but she was in fact married, as you will see in the 1860 census. This is the 1860 census, and as you can see, the Pogue family had moved to Ohio just before the birth of their daughter Margaret. According to the census record, the head of household was Henry, which was Perlina's husband, who was not listed in the 1850 census. Henry worked as a day laborer, which means he didn't have a steady job, but could find work and odd jobs around the community. Their daughter Hannah was working as a servant, and their sons Harry, William, Richard, and Elias were working as day laborers, just like their father. There also was another addition to the household, an adopted daughter, Lizzie A. Roberts, who was aged 14. On the 29th of December, 1864, Perlina Pogue bought 1 1/12 of an acre from Smith and Harriet Ashcroft. They spent $40, which would have been about $12,919.68 in 2026. The property is shown on this map with an orange star. The 1870 census would show that the neighbors of the Pogue family were other Underground Railroad workers, including Gabriel Johnson. Asbury Parker was one of the slaves that Perlina had harbored in her home. Her husband Henry was still working as a day laborer. Their son Richard had become a deckhand on a steamboat. Another son, James, was a day laborer. Amanda and French were attending school. The 1870s would bring the loss of Henry, Perlina's husband. So by the time the 1880 census was taken, she was once again the head of household. Her son French was working as a plasterer. Her daughter Amanda was listed as being a washes. Perhaps they meant laundress. She also had 2 grandchildren living with her, Willie and Luther Pogue, and her daughter-in-law Mary was also within the household. When Perlina Pogue passed away, her death was not noted in the local newspaper of the Ironton Register, but it was noted in the Cleveland Gazette on the 22nd of March, 1890.